The church in America is going to suffer so terribly. And we laugh now, but they will come after us, and they will come after our children. They will close the net around us while we are playing soccer mom and soccer dad, while we are arguing over so many little things and mesmerized by so many trinkets. The net even now is closing around you and your children and your grandchildren, and it does not cause you to fear. You will be isolated from society, as has already happened. Anyone who tries to run for office who actually believes the Bible will be considered a lunatic until finally we are silenced. We will be called things that we're not and persecuted not for being followers of Christ, but for being radical fundamentalists who do not know the true way of Christ, which of course is love and tolerance. You'll go down as the greatest bigots and haters of mankind in history. They've already come after your children, and for most of you, they got them. They got them through the public schools and indoctrination, and the university and indoctrination, and then you wonder why your children come out not serving the Lord. It's because you fed them right into the devil's mouth. So little by little, the net is closing around, and then it's not little by little. Look how fast things are going downhill just in a matter of weeks. But at the same time, know this: persecution is always meant for evil, but God always means it for good. And is it not better to suffer in this life to have an extra weight of glory in heaven? You must settle this in your mind. This is the one thing I want to say over and over. Down through history, you have a wrong idea of martyrdom and persecution. You think that these men were persecuted and martyred for their sincere faith in Jesus Christ. That was the real reason, but no one heard that publicly. They were martyred, and they were persecuted as enemies of the state, as bigots, as narrow-minded, stupid people who had fallen for a ruse and can contribute nothing to society. Your suffering will not be noble. So your mind must be filled with the Word of God when all people persecute you and turn on you. This is no game. You want revival and awakening, but know this: for the most part, great awakenings have come only preceding great national catastrophes or the persecution of the church. I believe God is bringing a great awakening, but I believe that He is raising up young men who are strong in trust in the providence of God to be able to wade through the hell that's going to break loose on us. And it will be on us before we even recognize it. Unless in God's providence, He is not done. He is not done.
I just wanna live and dream, but nothing is as what it seems. And baby, it's making me crazy. I just wanna fight and scream. There's nothing left for me to say. Fear shall to defeat the day. I know that I can control it, so it doesn't have to be this way.
I'm really sick of living, stuck and trapped in the system. You're just a brick in the wall, and I got my back up against it. I represent the resistance, they want me back up in prison. But I'm the master of my path, and I won't slack on my mission. You're lacking the vision, so I'm just gonna cut to the chase. They hide the truth in plain view, right in front of your face. I used to think the world was normal, but that wasn't the case. We're just some goyim on a hamster wheel, running in place. Turn up the bass, I grab the microphone, and all I do is rock it. This little light of mine, I let it shine, and you can't stop it. But there's nothing these corporations just won't do for profit. This fake-ass world that we live in is sick, it's truly toxic. If you don't see it that way, okay, then keep talking. Don't bump into that wall while you're sleepwalking. The alarm is going off, I hear it beep often. I'm at the double doors of truth, I'm gonna keep knocking.
I just want to live and dream, but nothing is as what it Here's how to defeat the day. I know that I can control it, so it doesn't have to be this way.
I refuse to just go quietly into the night. There's forces of darkness at work and they're restricting the lights. I'm so fed up with the lies they tell us this isn't right. It's ODD TV, you best believe I'll get up and fight. This is my plight, I'll never let you cowards get the best of me. Took the red pill, now it's time to fulfill my destiny. Living like I'm Neo, dipping from my P.O. Tripping on me cause I am the one and he's a zero. Hot like a jalapeno, bringing heat that you just can't avoid. I call out bullshit and lies, they call me paranoid. People are just foolish, full of hate, they get angry. Point out the truth about reality, they label you crazy. Just a glitch in the system, you're a critical thinker. And no, they don't want that. Fuck them, give them the finger. I do it every single day with each and everything I say. I'm not living like a victim, it doesn't have to be this way.
I just wanna live and dream, but nothing is as what it seems. And baby, it's making me crazy. I just wanna fight and scream. There's nothing left for me to say. Here's how to defeat the day. I know that I can control it, so it doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't have to be this way. Doesn't have to be this way.
All right, what is going on, everyone? Steve J and Mo. It is the 16th of August, the year 2021, so they say. And tonight we got Jen, the Truth Seeker 69 on the line. What's up, Jen? What's going on?
Hi, I just woke up from a nap. When you called me, I was kind of waking up from the nap.
You sounded kind of shady. I was like,
I smoked some weed and laid down for a while, and that was it. And then it started raining, so rainy day, snuggled up in bed.
No, I feel that. Just took a couple edibles myself, so we'll see how this show goes.
You and Ceiling Fan Man had a good show. I really enjoyed that perspective.
Yesterday, yeah, that was good stuff. Oh my God, I never called him.
Well, send him a text message.
Yeah, I'll do that when we next time we share a video. But who we got in the chat? I think we got like 46, 47 people here. Let me just go through this real quick. We got, who was here first? Pirate, Oxide, what's up, bro? Juan Torres, Craig Stieber, Flip Flat, Rick Lewis. Still don't know how to say your name, brother. What's up? Guideline Strike, Jeremy Forbes, what's up? Dean F, Def Breed. Who else? Jason M Star, Natalie something. Natalie, what's up? Sue Frenelli, what's up? You got Jameson Kimbrell. I don't know if I said that right. Jen's in the chat, of course. Jen's always in the chat. Awesome, Austin. Did I say Juan Torres? Yeah, I think I said Juan. What's up, Juan? We'll say it again. Who else? So we'll go to the bottom real quick. Pat Riot. Morning in the UK. It must be early in the morning. Oh, money. We got Black Apple Art, Sandman. Yeah, Singe Man. All right. And that wraps it up for now. What's up? There it is. What's up? Yeah, well, really, what's up? What's been going on with you? What you been up to? What you been looking at?
Well, I've been doing stuff on my backup channel. Did a
Still
little
hit?
still little T-Man, Mr. T investigations I was doing. Hey,
Oh,
Winston.
they got you for that.
No, they didn't get it before. I was on my backup channel, and that's what I've been covering lately. But my code word for it is Mr. T. You know, like trans.
Yeah. Like the T man.
Yeah, Mr. T. A lot of people are enjoying that, and I haven't done it in a while, and I enjoy it too. I just have to talk in code, or they'll take me down. But I've been covering some of that stuff and World War One photos and how they're all staged, and we were going through some of that, I think. But I went through more pictures that I found. They're just ridiculous.
Yeah,
and captions under it.
Yeah, Ceiling Fan, he was saying you were looking at some funny World War pictures the other day, and I honestly, I wouldn't doubt it. To the timeline that I wouldn't say I'd subscribe to, but the one that seems to be, I don't know, the one that seems to work. I guess it puts everything in a big event happen 1812 ish. I don't think that the real repopulation started until 20s. Right after World War One. World War One may be a big plot to just get rid of a bunch of obvious stuff. Then World War Two, they cleaned it up with the bombers and whatnot. So
John Levy said something interesting today because he was talking about the inconsistencies. Maybe it was yesterday he had it up, but anyway, inconsistencies with the World's Fair and stuff like that, and the deconstruction photos and stuff like that. And he made a comment. I guess it's a theory that he has, but it actually kind of made sense to me that these things clearly were already there. They weren't built by us, and that they dressed people up in a certain look and had them walk around, and they took all these pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just very, very anomalous, all these World's Fairs and even the whole San Francisco thing with before the earthquake and after the earthquake and how fast it was built up. And I was even saying that, the image that we saw of San Francisco earthquake and fires may have been another location. And they're just telling us it's that. I don't know. It's all shady, the whole thing.
Yeah. So. And the funny thing is, too, that even not even just the guards' uniforms and whatnot, but even the people, like the original photos off the boat, whatever, every single solitary person is in a suit and tie. It was that the thing back then, because I'd say 1 out of every 200 people can afford a suit and tie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not really it just seems out of place. Everyone wearing suit and ties. So I feel like those were just given out like, oh, you're a size this will fit you for the photo, or this will fit you for the whatever. Welcome to your new home. Here's your one pair of long johns, a button up shirt and a suit jacket.
Yeah, it's all the same.
Kind of seems like how it was. Yeah. Everyone had one dress style, one dress code. That's what it seems. There's more of a dress code than a dress style.
So I just sent you something. Well, yeah, I just sent you something in Facebook Messenger, but it has to do with this whole timeline thing. And, the late 1800s when they were starting to put up electricity and stuff, and they had these moonlit towers. And this guy put out a really good video today. What's his name here? Bill Miller Flip. And I sent it to you. It's called Moonlit Towers of the Past. And these moonlit towers are crazy. I'm surprised we haven't come across them yet, but we did have one picture that he's going to show in his slideshow of stuff that is a picture that you had up one time. And we're like, what the hell is that tall thing in the background lighting up this whole Bay area?
Right.
And now we know, at least, from this guy's research, they're called moonlit towers. And these things are massive, and they're like giant arc lamps.
Okay, I think I got it up on screen now. So let's. I got it back to pretty much where the video starts. This is all just his intro.
Yeah.
Looks like.
Yeah. So I thought that'd be interesting. Maybe we can, after the video, or look it up on Google and get more images up of these things. But it's pretty interesting, this stuff, and I'm surprised that we haven't come across it yet with all the stuff that we've been looking at. I know in one of our pictures we saw a big tower in the background, and we didn't know what it was or why it was in the middle of the road, and it was one of these things.
All right, let's give it a play and see what's up.
All right. I'll put the video in the chat.
Okay.
Moonlight towers were lighting structures designed to illuminate areas of a city at night. The towers were popular in the mid to late 1800s in the cities across the United States and Europe.
What in the world?
I know, dude. I've never seen these things before.
According to their history, the arc light was invented and demonstrated in the very beginning of the 1800s by Sir Humphrey Davy in England.
All right, now let's pause it there. Let's pause it. In the early 1800s, this is before electricity, the early 1800s, he said. And then what is powering these things? I have no idea, but let's continue.
Good point. Good point.
The arc lamps, also known as electric candles, known for their exceptionally bright light, were the common method of illumination.
Just look at the street. If I can zoom in. Why can't I zoom in? Let me try this now. Yeah. So look at the roads. Oh my God, I effed it all up. Where were we? We were right.
Yeah, right there.
Right there. Yeah, hey, let's get off the bar. But yeah, look at that. Look at these like big brick buildings.
Yeah, the road's not looking too good.
Terrible. Yeah, terrible. Terrible. Let me blow this up again. There she is.
Were the common method of illumination.
And real quick, what's the deal with these houses here with these like whatevers?
Conical roofs.
Sure, yeah. Because I see those. I see those more than I see regular houses up here.
Yeah, those conical roofs usually have the tech on top. They say that they're weather vanes.
Yeah.
They've replaced a lot of them with just regular weather vanes. But those houses, like if you were at that house, it would be made for giants. It would have a giant doorway.
Yeah.
15-foot high ceilings and stuff. Even when I watch The Handmaid's Tale and I look at the old houses in Boston that these commanders are living in, they're these types of houses where it's all brick and it's high ceilings, high windows, large doors.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying there. And I've seen up in my area at least, there's a couple instances, not just one or two, a couple where there's like a on the top of the conical dome here, like obviously they got the the roofing or brick, whatever you want to call it, it's up there. And then over it is like a bunch of copper, like it would be like like there'll be like a strip this way, a strip that way, a strip that way, and like the most ridiculous looking thing on top, So it just shows, I mean, even like this little roof here, very suspect. And like you were saying, a lot of the sergeant dorms or whatever you were saying, where all the leaders of the platoon stay. Yeah, the
commanders.
yeah, the commanders. And over here right now, where is it? I think
well, look at that one house. Look at the house that you were just pointing at, not the conical roof one, but just to the right of it. Yeah, look at the lawn. Look, it's got that long sloping hill coming down, and that whatever that white thing is, maybe it's a staircase going all the way up there, and that's up in the hill.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing there too. And the state police barracks for I don't know if it's Ware or Stir or Belchertown, but over here it's right on the water. It's pretty much like if this didn't have that wooden on the outside, it's just straight brick, just like this all the way up. Big old archway, 20-foot doors, 15-foot windows, just ridiculous. And it's the state police barracks, it's makes sense.
Regardless of their origins, arc lamps were designed to electrify two.
It's in the middle of the road. Do you see it? It's straddling either side of the road and heads up towards the top of a pyramid where the arc lamp is. This is insane. I've never seen these things before. I mean, I saw maybe one or two in a couple of pictures and we didn't know what they were, but they were everywhere.
I mean, it's possible they just whitewashed them out of some of the other pictures we were looking at. Maybe they are there and they've just been, tampered with.
Right.
Because this is like not, you can't not miss this.
Exactly.
Carbon rods, placed slightly apart, which produced an arc that traveled through the air between the rods. The towers were up to 300 feet tall and commonly had 6 arc lamps mounted on top. The circle of light from the tower reached a 1,500-foot radius.
That's
The
mad.
arc lamps had a distinctive loud buzz, and they dropped shreds of burning ash as the carbon electrodes burned quickly, needing to be replaced nightly.
All right, so let's pause it there.
That's interesting.
It doesn't even make sense. They burned so bright they had to be replaced every night and stuff. Who's making these components and everything? And then you have to have somebody who's going all the way up there and changing these things out and stuff. And what's powering this thing? It's just
Right. And it doesn't seem like they're just in cities. It seems like they're in the suburbs, the outback, the woods. Like where's all this material, in the middle of nowhere? Where are you getting this material? Are you getting it shipped from New York City, but you live in Indiana? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense.
How the hell did they put up that tower? Look at how high it is. What were they using?
Yeah, he said 300 feet tall. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Lunar, what'd you say? Moonlit towers.
Yeah, moonlit towers. It's bizarre. Just
Oh, wow.
I'm surprised we missed this. That's all.
I think it's a dupe. It could be. I don't know. Could be
The
real.
height of the moonlight towers made the arc lamps difficult to maintain.
What?
Eventually, a counterbalanced dumbwaiter elevator system was developed to change out electrodes more efficiently.
That picture I've seen
Detroit,
before.
Michigan had one of the most extensive moonlight tower grid systems ever created.
It was a grid system. They had them all over cities and stuff. Detroit had all of them all over the place. We're going to hear about it in just a minute.
This is interesting.
Yeah,
Like-
dude, look at that conical roof right there and the steps leading up there. It kind of looks like that last picture.
Yeah, a little bit. And I don't know, for us to miss this is kind of weird,
I know, dude. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I got to show you this and see what you see because I haven't really fully researched this. I just looked at some pictures on the internet and this video, and I'm like, no bueno.
In a way, I mean, this could just be like some sort of like Mandela thing. Just, because a lot of people are asking questions about like, hey, how the hell is everything lit up at this 1865 or 1890, whatever, World's Fair, and they're going to be like, oh, well, we had this. This was lighting everything up,
Exactly. Yeah, dude.
So I could see them. I could see them working it like that because
We've done so much research.
Yeah,
and I even the other people like John Levy. I've never heard him talk about these things. All these other people who are on it, like spot on all the time.
Right. That's nuts. I mean, on the little pages we're on here on Facebook, I'm in like 20. Groups that relate to this topic. They all have different, names for the whatever. But my God, I've never seen anything like this.
I'm dropping the video link again in the chat for everybody who wants to look at it for themselves. So there it is.
This is muffed up.
It is.
Said to have been inaugurated in 1882. The system had 125 towers, placed approximately 1,400 feet apart throughout Detroit.
Did you hear that? 1,400?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Never seen it. Never heard it.
Nothing,
dude.
We've looked at so many pictures, Steve. So many. I think there was only 2 pictures in here that I recognized.
I've taken a tour of San Francisco downtown 1904, the entire length of the city, from the port to the motherfucking train station. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see any of these. I saw a bunch of these, didn't see none of that. This is ridiculous. What?
This system was able to light up 21 square miles of city blocks.
Look at this. It's ridiculous. I've never seen. Wait, he'll show you them lit up at night, dude. All that shit lights up just like the Eiffel Tower from top to bottom. Wait, do you see those rings in the center? Wait, do you see this thing?
Right. Oh, let's just make this in the middle of the road. People go under it. What could go wrong?
And they just said earlier that the arc lamp has fucking stuff flying off of it because they burn
Yeah.
out quick. So yeah, you're just riding under there. Your car could catch fire.
That's what I'm saying. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Look at that building. Jesus.
There you go. Look at this crap. Guys, from head to toe, this thing is lit. You're telling me they strung lights up one side, down the other, and then up the other end, and then the other. No. That whole tower was lit.
Right, and they're saying that the only thing that's supposed to be lit
Is the
just
top.
doesn't even show you. Yeah, is like
Exactly.
this. This is this is something else.
Something else, guys.
Look at all the mayhem down here. Never mind the lights. You know, look at all the, I don't know. Something interesting about this picture.
You see how he's got all those poles in the background lining down the back way there?
Yeah. They're all in sync. Yeah.
So they said when they started using street lamps, they got rid of these things.
Really? Where'd
But
they
we
all
have
go?
pictures of street lamps all over the place, old street lamps. You just never see those towers.
I see old ones. Yeah, I see ones that are still straight copper. You know what I'm saying? They're green now. It looks like Statue of Liberty in this. You know, that's crazy. Wow.
It is said that during a short period of time in the early 1880s, entire industries were built across the United States,
Yo.
producing moonlight towers and the lighting components.
I thought that like the Eiffel Tower was like prototype of this shit. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
this has got to be a Mandela effect.
Something's going on, Steve. I had to show you this. I was hoping that's why I called you.
Well, I mean, I was golfing. My bad. But yeah, I played like a 6-hour round of golf. You love the pace of play.
Good for you. You deserve this.
No. Yeah, if it was like 3 hours, that'd be great. 6 hours? That's like it's like 40 minutes a hole. It was ridiculous.
I don't know what you were doing to those holes. It took you so long to get it in, but you need to work on your game.
No, there's just so many people out there on a freaking Monday. I was like, what the hell? But wow. I mean, if you think about the whole Mandela situation, you know, like there's specific Mandelas for honestly specific types of people. Like if you've never read the Bible or anything like that, or aren't familiar with the Bible at all, and someone says, hey, Mandela effect changed the Bible, you're going to be like, oh, sick. I don't care. You know, I've never read that thing or, you know, like, oh, have you ever seen this movie? Like, you know what the title's supposed to be? And someone's like, no, I have no idea. You know, I've actually never seen this. I have no interest, blah, blah, blah. So this could be something like that for our community, you know, because you show someone this, like, hey, have you ever seen anything like this? They're like, oh, I don't know. But you look at, you know, you show someone like you, me, you know, anyone like Martin, what's the other guy's name there? We were just
John
saying his
Levy?
name. John, yeah, all those guys. You know, you show them this stuff. I think they're gonna be like, this is new. You know, what factory has the Eiffel Tower over it? You know, none of them. Not even the Eiffel Tower had a factory under it. It's ridiculous. You know?
And what is powering all this stuff? You know, the type of extension cord you would need if it was just regular lights and stuff. Right. You would have to have rows and rows of lights that were all connected. And then they were using light bulbs, like the bulky ones, not little LEDs or something.
I'm telling you, you know, I know people who are electricians, and like for this to be pulled off back then,
no.
Not real. Yeah, it can't happen. But those people, those times, with the power and the means they had, and the, you know, the just so limited back then, like resource wise, you know, not that they were like retarded people, but I mean, like when you're working with like 100-foot ladder, look at this thing. This is like 2,000 feet high, bro. Like what?
Yeah.
What?
Exactly.
That's ridiculous. Like that's. I don't know.
That might not even be the top, the whole thing. That could be just the top of something sticking out of the ground for all we know.
Oh, I sure hope it's not, because that's nuts, bro. Oh my gosh. Like, look at all the people getting off these boats, it seems.
Yeah, right?
What is popping? You know, what is going on? Why didn't they? It frustrates me. It's like, why weren't we taught this? You know, this I would have paid attention in history. You know,
Right? Yeah.
like that shit would have been crazy. Oh my god.
These industries were
All right,
regional.
that picture there you've shown before, Steve. That picture there, and we're like, what is that thing in the background? Why is that all like lighting up? Or do you remember this picture?
Yeah, I think it was just in with a bunch of like depictions and stuff. Like, I think we were just looking at buildings, and this was maybe thrown in there, and we were all like, "What in the like?
Yes.
Is that someone coming down?"
That's what I'm saying. The only time I've seen these arcs, and I never knew what they were, it was the picture earlier with that hotel, and it was standing right next to that one and this one. And I'd never delved into it. I never knew what they were. And they were the only two pictures I'd ever seen about this stuff, about these two things, without knowing what they are.
I was gonna say, like, I mean, when we were looking at them, there was no like when we were looking at this picture, at least when it was thrown in with those collages of just, you know, old world depictions, paintings, whatever it was. There was no like, you know, like, hey, this is the moonlit tower. It was just like the ships at the sea or whatever, you know. Like,
Yeah.
they weren't even talking about this, you know.
And why didn't they put these up for lighthouses if they burnt so bright and they were so high? Why didn't they? You know what I don't know. It's just all weird.
Yeah, right. Let's take these down and put up a bunch of, you know, wild looking brick lighthouses in the middle of the ocean, you know, which foundations seem to go further down.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't even, you know, doesn't add up. This doesn't add up. This doesn't add up more.
Exactly.
Currently without centralized development. Yet the products were amazingly similar and interchangeable.
What
To
the
me, it just looks like a giant Tesla tower to me.
something. It's bigger
It
than
is said that the towers in Detroit were all replaced by smaller street lamps
right.
once the AC electrical grid had been fully built out.
All right, let's pause it there for a minute. When I go up to Mount Shiha and I go to where the lookout tower is, they have one of these things up there. See how it comes down to a point and then the poles in the ground? They have the same exact thing up there, and I'm going to record it next time.
Yeah, I was going to try to get some,
Yeah.
That's going to be crazy. This is bizarre.
I know, dude.
Imagine cranking yourself up. Fuck that.
Dumb waiter. If this thing was shooting off arcs and stuff, you know, why would people even be walking under it and stuff? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense. If they had all this stuff that was flying down off of it, like sparks and stuff, why would people be walking under it and all this stuff? It doesn't.
Right. Like, oh, let me go get
stuff on fire.
Right. Let me get some ash in my hair. Sounds great. It's ridiculous. Look at this photo. You know, like they're sophisticated enough to build the rail line, all these 3-4 story buildings, you know, this big brick doorway, no big deal. They can't manage to have a road though.
Right. And the train's just rolling right through the middle of town.
Yeah. Honest to God, I have no idea, you know, ridiculous.
The towers in Detroit were dismantled and they were sold to the city of Austin, Texas.
Makes sense. Wow. Wow, that's actually like a real photo or
of clouds.
Yeah.
You can see the whole sky and stuff with clouds. Usually it's all whited out looking.
Wow. When was this one taken? This must have been like a forgotten one or something, maybe. I don't know. This seems like this was taken in like the 30s or the 50s, somewhere in there to me. It's just too detailed, you know? You get the sky. The sky's there, you know?
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, there's sky. There's clouds.
Wow.
Look at this fucking shit.
You gotta change those every day.
Every day.
Austin reconstructed the towers and is said to be the only city to still have functioning moonlight towers.
What?
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm saying right.
What?
You know, I got a cousin who lives near Austin. When he gets back home, I'll send him a message and like, yo, you gotta check this out for me, bro.
So we're gonna look up when this is over, moonlit towers in Austin, Texas.
Right now, yeah, when this is over. Look at the roads.
Another possibility, and one that I choose to explore on this channel, deals in part with an alternate history theory.
You have no idea, yeah. But just realize what he
Posing that
said.
cities
Just realize what he said. Like, yeah, there's definitely an alternate history theory for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a new one every night, actually, because it ain't right, you know? Oh, my goodness. That's good stuff.
all across the face of the earth were constructed during a period of time that we are not taught about. The civilization that went before was highly...
There you go. Look at that photo. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Let me see. Look at this. What the heck?
They're depicting that as underneath.
Dude. See, I didn't get this far in the video. I didn't get to watch all of it, but I was like, what? That's nuts.
Damn, son.
But look how it has 1, 2, 3, 4 with the fifth one in the center that's lit. That's just the way that you would set up.
Of course.
Yeah, and the towers and the domes is always 4 towers, and then that dome and spire in the center.
Look at the road. It's mud. He's kicking up mud. Look at that. They're depicting him kicking up mud. That's nice. That's crazy. Wow. If you're in Detroit and you're watching this, try to find out where these were and move a manhole. You know, who cares? We'll bail you out of jail.
Right.
It can't be that much moving a manhole.
Crazy looking, dude. That's some crazy tech right there.
That is, I don't even know. It's crazy. I mean, the tech is one thing, but like it's underneath, yo. Bricks, a building, a room with like a power source. I don't know what that is. That's crazy. This shit's all crazy.
highly advanced in many aspects, including architecture and technology.
Right. See, even this guy's like, something's going on here. You got bricks that are, I don't know, cooked into the earth. And right underneath is a little room. That's nuts. That's absolutely nuts. Battery banks.
The old world and the inhabitants were in tune with the realm in which we reside, and able to harness naturally occurring energies and frequencies. When we examine the architecture and the infrastructure and the electric...
Wow. Let's bring that back a second.
When we...
Look at these Donnies. These are looking crazy. Surely you don't just hang streetlights off of these.
Yeah, see, that's what he's trying to say. Like they were incorporated into the construction of stuff, but we already know this stuff's all free energy already.
Oh, beyond. Yeah, this looks like a sword. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it does.
That's fucking, yeah. Just take that out. Wow. Wow. What is this? You know, where is this? Why is this? That's crazy.
We examine the architecture and the infrastructure
Wow.
and the electric streetcars and the railway system and the moonlight tower grids, becomes more evident that our civilization in this timeline did not have the resources or the time to create all of these systems.
The end.
So yeah, that was a good one. Look up those arc lamps or moon lamps in Austin.
Straight up. Wow, that's fucked up. Look at this.
Here we go.
That's what I'm saying.
What? That's on. That's turned on now. Modern times.
Yeah, seems like, yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, look at that.
What?
This is one of 31 original towers, blah, blah, blah. 1895. This guy just showed us it was well before that, but that's okay. That's crazy. Yeah, look at these.
Yeah, it's just wow. Now look, if you think about that church or no, that weird building in Asia that looks kind of like a China building, and then remember the tech on top powers on, and you see those things light up around it and makes that frequency sound. Remember that video?
Yeah.
That's what these things look like when they're lit up. They have these big bright things going around them, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And it just reminded me of that tech that turned on that one video on that one building. It's like, I don't know, maybe it was in like Asia or something.
Yeah, it could have been like, yeah, their version of it, you know. Everything, you know, it's all the same tech, but it's all, you know, just slightly different. Like, you know, you got your Greco columns, your Roman columns, you know, same shit, different, you know, Indian, you know, the ones in India, those columns are just like freestyle. Like, those are nuts.
Yeah, well, it's just one more proof that the old world was lit as fuck.
Absolutely. This is cool. That was a good little 30 minutes right there. That was badass.
Thank you.
The edible was starting to kick in with all that slow music, though. I'm like, oh no, I'm fading away.
I always try to bring something to the table.
Check this out. Check this out. You want to get your mind blown?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
This is the sunlight reflection water. I don't know what's popping here. I don't know what's going on, or I don't know. I was fucked up watching this. Like, not actually like effed up, then watch this. Like, I watched this and it effed me up. Like, check this out. And it looks like some depictions. You'll see.
Okay.
Look at this.
Oh wow. Oh no, dude.
I think they just did it slow motion, but yeah.
Wow. That is incredible. That looks like the stars.
It looks like that. Looks like Dante's Inferno at one point. Let's go
yeah.
back. Yeah, let's check. Actually, yeah, right when she touches it. Like, the second she touches it, you know what it looks like right there? You know,
yes, I see it.
Then it had like the flat earth and like the dome up and like down here and everything. Like,
yeah. I see that. It's crazy.
That crazy? Actually, that whatever she just did there. Let's watch that again. Like, when it dripped off her finger, that the mirror, you know, one that goes up and down.
Oh yeah.
That's the one. Yeah, like, that's crazy.
As above, so below. Yep.
Yeah. We were just sharing that, the one that has like Tartarus down here, and yeah, that's some spooky stuff. And then That's crazy. That's
Wow.
crazy. I just thought you'd like that because that was a little muffed up.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. I like those little experiments and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I have. What else did I want to share real quick? Because that Oh yes. Did they send to me? Let me see. Yes, they sent. Check this out. Check out what was in my sky yesterday. Check this out. You see that?
What is it?
It's like a random rainbow, but there was no precipitation.
Oh, I see. It's just the little piece sticking up right there. Oh, yeah.
I wasn't able to capture, but it continued on over here. Like there was like the other part, and like it would connect like that. It was crazy.
Huh.
I got a couple more that are a little bit better. Maybe you could check that, but if you just like, I don't know, if you just move your laptop back a little bit, you can really see the blue.
Yeah, I
the
see it.
hand. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
yeah, it was crazy. That was in the sky. It's on I-90 coming back from Boston, essentially.
Huh.
Incredible.
That could be the edge of a sundog, maybe.
Who?
You know the sundogs where you have that the sun in the center, and then off to either side of it, real far off to the either side, there'll be the other two little bright lights. And maybe because that's in chemtrails, it's making it look rainbow instead of that whitish kind of look.
Yeah. Well, you know what it made me think too? It was just remember 3 weeks ago when I was telling you how Martin kind of thinks that, you know, that altitude sickness and the only way that'd be possible is if the dome was coming down as we suspected it probably was about a year ago. So maybe the dome's getting closer, you know? I mean,
yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah, so that's what it was kind of shouting in my head when I was watching it, when I was checking this out yesterday. I was like, wow. I was like, maybe it is coming down. I mean, we were speculating that about a year ago, and then this guy says it out of the blue, and it makes sense because everyone's got all these X, Y, and Z symptoms, but no one's actually like dying or getting sick. But people are getting symptoms, you know, a little bit here and there throughout the last, I don't know, 8-9 months.
Yeah,
And,
well,
they all line up. They all line up with altitude sickness, you know.
Yeah, and they've been breathing in. They've been breathing their own
COVID.
They've been breathing their own bacteria in all this time.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, people are going to have symptoms of chest congestion, and headaches, and all this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, I don't know, other people, people are like, oh, you know, their teeth hurt, nose, this, that, you know, headaches, fatigue, shortness of, Brett, that obviously relate with COVID, but like tingling sensations, numbness, you know, a lot of people that I talk to, they be talking like, I'm like, yo, bro, you're like 25. They're like, yeah, well, I feel like I'm about 97 with all this shit. I'm like, damn. I was like, sounds like taking people out. And if it's, you know, they're not telling us where the dome's coming down 100 feet a day. You know what I'm saying? Like people, because it's not just like, just think that, like Martin said, it's like altitude sickness. Think of it as we're gradually moving up, which we're not. You know, we're not. There's things that are moving up under us, but it's not that.
Yeah, it's like that river where the riverbed rose up. Remember that?
Yeah.
That'll put you closer to the dome.
Absolutely.
But we were talking about hell and heaven and the 9 circles of hell and how they could be, the earthquakes could be maybe possibly that hell is twisting and turning and moving up as the dome is coming and moving down. Maybe whatever the part of the dome is way under us and the part that's above us is just shrinking down a little. Like they always say your world's getting smaller and stuff. You always hear them say that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
Man, some crazy times, man. Crazy times.
Those work pictures were nuts. Just everybody relaxing, having tea, playing football, baseball. I also covered women's sports and some of the female nurses in that time period of World War I. And when they were lined up standing there, their feet did not match the title female nurse, okay? Because men stand kind of like this. with their feet, and women stand like this with their feet.
Yeah.
And then they were all lined up like this, every one of them. And then when you looked at their faces, I mean, people would say, oh, well, women were uglier back then. No, they're clearly fucking not women. They're standing in the male position, and look at their face, because everything else is covered between their face and their feet. It's just all, they wear those long things, but they're 100%. I don't even know. It's just, they're not women.
No. And ever since you said that, I've just been like, just checking around wherever I go, just looking down at people, like, oh, okay, that's a female, look down, it's normally straight toe, and all the guys walk, or, when they're walking, they got their foot out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I've noticed that a lot.
Do you remember the old video that was out a long time ago of this black and white mini movie thing? It was black and white, and there was old lady walking, and it looked like she was talking on a cell phone.
Of course.
Okay. When they show that, I remember this. I always thought, man, there's something weird looking about that lady. And a couple people did say it looked like a man dressed in drag.
I said that too.
Now, I'm thinking back to that video. I remember there was something really odd with the feet. She had big feet. And I remember when she stopped for that 1 second and you could see her kind of like talking on the phone, they showed her feet and they were men's feet. So, that's supposed to be some random video of somebody actually happening to pass through the frame as they're recording whatever they were recording right there. And they supposedly caught that on camera. There's another one of a woman walking out with a bunch of other women, like say out of a factory or something. And, everybody's talking to each other and they're walking home, and she looked like she was talking on something too. But just the first one that I mentioned, it just seems like Mr. T's showing up everywhere all of a sudden. And it's just blowing my mind. I mean, I wasn't looking for it when I was looking at these war photos. I was not looking for it, but I'm like, there's something really wrong with these nurses. I mean, it was insane.
Mr. T.
Yeah. No shame in Mr. T's game.
Here, check this out. Because someone in the chat, when we were talking about... or when I was showing that last video with the water, and you said, oh, it kind of looks like stars, which I agree with too. And someone in the chat said stars ? This is what we're talking about, guys. If you take a really good camera and zoom in on what they say the planets and the stars really are, This is what we're talking about. This is what you get for the most part. Sometimes they look like they look interesting if you freeze for like this one would probably be looking nuts. I see a cube forming in the middle.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
Yeah.
That's absolutely mad. So that's just to show people that real quick. And real quick, if anyone would like to donate, there is a link for the PayPal and the Cash App and the Venmo, I do believe, in the chat, and it should be pinned as well. But sometimes I don't know, YouTube's been messing with me, literally. It's not giving me strikes, it throws me warnings all the time. We just disregard those, but it'll unpin stuff, it'll delete stuff out of my description. Don't send me your PayPal to my inbox, send it to my phone, send it to my number real quick, because it takes it out of our messenger. I can't go back and look at it. I'll click it, it'll be link expired or something. It's crazy.
You mean my PayPal?
Yes. And I'll go back on my I'll go back on my YouTube and try to go in the description, and it's not there. I'm I put that in there on the show, So it's, they're doing just little things just to nitpick.
I've heard people say that they'll leave a link in the comment section under the videos, they're saying, talking to somebody else, and they'll be like, I put the link here, they deleted my link and stuff.
Yeah, and it's not there, then you look like a fool,
What you got to do sometimes is type a little message and drop the link. If you just drop the link, sometimes it just... I think they had said it had something to do with spamming links or something.
They did crack down on that. They sent us a newsletter a couple of weeks ago. I do remember seeing that in there. You know what? I'm going to try just putting it in the comments next time, because I know you can. Yeah. I think you can pin comments, so I'm gonna try that for next video, because I don't know. They just seem to.
It's all good.
Have a backdoor to everyone's account, and that's not cool,
Yeah. Yeah, they know they have backdoor stuff. They still have my fucking videos in my channel, and they have all my stuff that they took down from me. They always will still have it. And what kills me is that one of my videos that I've been looking for, which was me, I videoed myself getting a ride on a helicopter. It was totally unplanned. I saw the helicopter land. I was like beelined right over to where the house was, which is not too far from here. And they have a huge like pasture outside their house and stuff, and the helicopter landed there. And I'm like, I recorded the whole thing. I'm like, we're going to infiltrate the helicopter house. And I did. I got a ride on the helicopter. They put me in the front seat. They didn't know I was recording this whole thing and stuff. I just kind of acted like, oh my God, you're giving out helicopter rides. Can I get on one? And they let me in, and I videoed the whole thing. And I had it on my main channel and my backup channel, but I never saved it again after the backup channel, I guess. So I can't find it anywhere. That's really disappointing. And there's a few other videos that I would really like to have back, like with me and my dogs and everything, that I can't ever get those back. It sucks. I mean, I wish they would just randomly put my shit back up there like they did with Richie from Boston, even though he can't get to his channel. He has no control over the channel itself. It would be nice that if I could just get to some of the videos that, had, no reason for copyright strikes and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that sucks, dude. I still can't believe they pulled you down, because you were just killing it, absolutely killing it on your channel. And they were like,
I think I would have been like the 25,000 subs by now, because that was
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. You would have been in good company. That's ridiculous. But hey,
when I talk to people, like there was this one girl I was talking to who stopped by real quick with her husband and stuff. And I'm like, well, they took my original channel down. And they're like, oh, why'd they take you down? And the only thing I could say is because I tell the truth. And then they look at me like, huh? Like, why would they take you down for that? And I'm like, hey, truth is the new hate speech. But they're not YouTubers, and they don't understand really what's going on and stuff. So they don't understand. No. But they take you down when you tell the truth.
No, I know what you're saying. Yeah, like at work, sometimes I'll be just, be like, oh, what are you doing later? What's up? And then like when my channel was hit, I was like just frustrated. I'm like, oh, I want to go home and just live stream with all the boys, and but YouTube took my channel down. They're like, oh, why'd they take it down? It's like, well, my friend. I'm like, are you a YouTube? Are you a moderator? Are you one of those guys? Because I'm about to blow the bolts off your brain right now and hit you with some facts and tell you why they took us down and why they're going to continue to take us down. Because like I said, they gave us that low for a little bit, but it seems like everything's amping up again. Uncle Joe and the whole Mid-East situation, if you know what I'm saying. It's ridiculous.
It is. Oh, and I'm still hearing this Q-tard stuff. Like the Q-tards are still saying, well, Trump's still in power. He has the military, but they're just letting them play their little show out over here. It's like, give me a break. If I was president and I knew I was president, I had the military behind me, all that, I would be going up there and kicking these fucking people out. I wouldn't be like, oh, we're just going to let them play their little show and hang themselves even more. No, fuck that shit.
It's absolutely ridiculous. It's something interesting that Joe said. I guess he was on today. I didn't really check him out too much, but from what I did gather, essentially he was like, yeah, I'm not going to act on the whole situation in Afghan now, but I will make sure that whoever is president next won't have to deal with them like ever again, essentially, which seems kind of effed up. So like on the world political theater stage, he's calling a bluff, and people are going to start freaking out. So, because say he doesn't have the military behind him, he's literally just talking out of his ass. But he's a talking head. He's the head of America. He's no one. he's just a puppet to the real guys, the tiny hats. The ones who claim they are but are not.
Yep. They're just jack wagons and crack wagons.
Yeah. And I was just talking to someone earlier because we were talking like, oh, who's running the banks, who runs the oil, who runs Hollywood, who runs this. I'm like, you know who they are. He's like, yeah, bro, the JE doubles. I'm like, yeah, man. He's like, are they all bad? And mistakenly, I'm like, yeah, bro, F them all. And I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, no. I'm like, you're regular people who go to a regular
Yeah.
like synagogue on your regular Saturday and hang out and are cool. Those are good people, you know. It's not their fault, you know. It is what it is. But the people who claim they are but are not, you know. And I had to tell them what an Ashkenazi was and a Zionist. And he was
Wasn't
like,
there ones called Khazarian Jews too, or something like that?
it was something
Khazars.
like that. Yeah, it was like a QU something something. Yeah, yeah. I'm not too versed in in that whole sitch anymore because I feel like we kind of we banged that out of the park a couple years ago. Everyone kind of put them on blast, and that's why they had to, you know, just what's that? They're in some deal. I was talking about it today with someone. Some deal with like America. It's like I mean, I don't really believe nukes are real, but I could see them dropping just some like pyro bomb on some people and calling it a nuke. But there's some like nuclear agreement between U.S. and Israel, which I mean, I bet every nation state has a pat with Israel when it comes to weaponizing the whole thing. But I mean, this is just leading up to the wars and rumors of wars. You know, like there'll be a little war here and there. You know, they're gonna blow it up out of proportion, but we're mostly gonna hear about rumors of wars, and it's not actually gonna happen. It's just gonna sway the world into a one world military. You know, that's what I see going down.
Yeah,
That's what I see going
I'm
down.
gonna send you a couple of pictures.
What do you got?
Just some of the photos that I showed the other night on my show. Let me see if I can find them here. I'm probably gonna. Okay, here they are. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 5. There we go. All right, I'm sending you a bunch of pictures. It's about feet.
Feet? Oh, come on, man! I hate feet.
It's
That's
just foot
so
positions.
gross.
I hate feet too.
Come on, why? Sending me this gross
Well, we're not
stuff.
going to see bare feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're good. You're safe.
Hold on.
Karen.
Sorry. All right, where are we? Oh, okay. This is fine. This makes sense. I was like feet. I'm like, I'm not looking at toes right now, Jen. This is
All
fine.
right.
This is fine.
So here we have Pawtucket, Rhode Island. It's called Dick Kerr's Ladies, and this is a soccer team. Now, if you could scroll in a little bit more, I don't know if you can or not.
Where?
Can you scroll in anymore?
Yeah.
There we go. I want to look at their feet, and you can see their feet are all in V formation and spread apart. And when you zoom in on their faces, you can see that these are not a female team.
That's yeah.
Yeah, and when you scroll across and look at these people, especially the one on the end there,
He looks like
they're
the
not
Three Stooges guy.
exactly Larry, Moe, and Curly. And
Wow.
so this is not a female team. And the classic, if you just scroll up and cover their faces and just focus on their feet, if you scroll up a little and make us just look at their feet, and you saw that, you would just think it was just a male soccer team, because that's how men stand.
And I mean, if you just do this, you're like, oh, guess what male soccer team from 1840 this was? People will be like, oh, who is it this? Is it that? It's like, no, actually, it's the ladies' team of Pawtucket, Rhode Island, brother. Like, come on.
And this is during World War I as well. This picture is
Of course.
early mid.
Wow. So they were posing as women to make us believe the war actually happened. That's how invested these people are into their plan, people.
Mhm.
Just you always got to point that out too. Like, it is funny to look at it, but it's like, this is how serious they are. They're not kidding. They're not kidding, you know? Like,
No, they're diabolical in their plan, and they work it 24/7 all this time. All right, so here's another picture of the ladies. Supposedly, we could scroll in on their feet. They're in V formation. It's this is the way men stand. This is their natural stance. You have junk in between your legs, and you need to stand that way. Yeah. And women stand facing forward with their feet, because we don't have any junk like that down there to deal with. So our positioning and our body shape, our feet would be forward, and you'll see that in the next couple of coming pictures of the comparison. Again, the faces, these are guys. There's no question about it. They're guys. Okay, here's a bunch of women's national baseball team, and you can see all the women's feet are facing forward and they're together. They're not in V formation because these are all females. They're facing forward.
Wow. The women's national baseball team is all women. I would, if that was a line, I would take the opposite so hard on that. But good for that. Good for
Okay.
that.
Yeah, and here you have a picture of two people standing together. If that's all you saw and you didn't see the tops of them, you would know that the man is on the left and the woman is on the right because of the foot posture. Again, man and woman standing together. You can see how the foot position is. They either stand, men usually stand with either a gate between their legs and their feet pointed outward, or when they stand with their legs together, this is the position. Okay, now we have some political people here. We got Prince William, Prince Henry, Obama, and Michelle, who has a gate between her legs because this is the way they wear. Mr. T stands in high heels like that. But the woman on the end, Kate Middleton or whatever her name is, her feet are together. That's the only woman that's there. The rest are guys.
We can argue with this fella, but that's okay.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm on the fence with him. I have to look more at his feet, but
he's just not anything. I think.
To me, it just looks like a gay relationship. There is what's going on. Definitely.
Right. So the edible kicking in, but yeah, pretty much. Big Mike, good God. Good God. What does this life come to?
All right, so here we have the Trumps and the Obamas. You can see Melania has her feet together. A lot of people like to say she's a Mr. T, but she's not. Now, Trump has a little spread in his feet there, just like Obama and Michelle. Michelle wears those. Now, see, if she was a real woman, her feet would be together like Melania's. But because she's a man and she's wearing high heels, she has to have a little bit of a gate there between her legs.
Shoulders, man. Nuts.
And that's it. I was looking at this, Steve. That little video was crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna check that. We're gonna check that out in just a little bit. Absolutely.
Well, they might take you down. Remember, we played that little clip of that dog running in the tower, that cartoon, the top of the tower that was sticking out of the ground. They took us down for that, or made us take that clip out, or something.
Did they take us down midstream?
They did something. We weren't allowed to show that. And I'm like, it's just a cartoon. What the fuck is the problem here? But it was like that tower sticking out of the mud.
I mean, yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about, and actually, I'm gonna send myself that later, and we're gonna share that next time we go because I love that clip. Take me down for cartoons, you bastards. That'd be the dumbest thing, That'd be the dumbest. But nah, I have to share that because that's probably like what happened. The what's it called, the lowercase g gods. They came down, gave birth to these like fucking titans, like that. The way they portrayed them in this little, cartoon for kids on Netflix or whatever, like damn, they must have hit the books, because that's how I would draw it. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Shooting effing frequencies out of their head, like what the, like that's muffed up.
Yeah, Christina, I think Melania is a real woman. Donald's questionable, so this could be another gay relationship. I don't know, but there's a lot of suspicious stuff about Donald. But Melania's stance, and I've looked at a few of her pictures, not just one. Her legs are always together, and her feet are facing forward. If she was a Mr. T, she would be standing with like a gate between her legs, trying to because they're in high heels, the way they stand and stuff. But when the feet are together like that, it's definitely.
Yeah, and the only thing I'll say about the Trumpster is like he be walking weird when he's at the podium. He stands like Hillary Clinton. They be standing the same way, and he's got this attitude, man. Like no offense to women, but like if you were really pissed off, I feel like you would say some of the things like when what's his name, when Pompeo came on and he was like, well, FEMA's taking over for this, blah blah blah, and you see him in the background literally like folding his arms. He's just like, oh, I wish you would have told us, like Like, it's just like,
Right.
yo, like
And it wasn't
what is
even
that
loud.
all
It's like
about?
a little whisper. I mean,
Nah, he
it's
said
just
it.
like this guy
Uh,
has no power. He's just a front man. There's
right.
nothing. He has nothing to stand on.
Absolutely. So that's crazy. But check this out. Martin was showing these the other week. These like things they're called Devil's Bridges. Have you heard about them?
Oh yeah, I did hear some of this stuff. This is crazy too.
And I'm
I
starting
think
to think that
you
maybe
had some of these.
yeah, I think I have some. They're in much better condition, but yeah, definitely they didn't get devastated. But these things, yeah, these look like they've been through. I don't know, been through whatever's in that cartoon and back. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
there was some like stuff going on that could melt bricks, bro. Like that's crazy. That's always crazy to think about. Just look at this stuff. Like these are from some. I think they're just from all over, but like it reflects perfectly, and it looks like a portal or something.
Wow.
Like a Stargate. So you're like, boom. Like let's say you were like a light being. Like not what we are right now, not a flesh being, and you were angelic or something. I feel like if you just go through that, like doing the right thing or tune into the right frequency, it'll just put you to your destination, if you know what I'm saying. You won't be on the other side of this bridge.
Mm-hmm.
I could easily see something like that. Like, look at these in the middle of nowhere. Madness. That's like, what happened here, Jen?
That's nuts
Was
looking.
it coming down? Was it going up? I can't even tell. Usually we can tell which way it was coming, but you don't build nothing like that. I don't care how drunk
Yeah,
you
no.
are. I don't care what you're on.
Well, can
You're
you
not.
even go over it, or it's just there as a, like
It looks
it's
like
not?
it's just a standover,
Wow.
Like it looks like there's like a little half structure to it over here, and something you
And
go
what
and look
about
at,
this stuff
perhaps.
here in the
Oh
front?
my
Just
God!
that
Yeah, that's
stuff. Look at
popcorn.
that.
That's the oh,
Wow.
something happened here.
That's
Where
definitely
is
melted.
this? Let me see. Is this Germany? Let me go back. I don't know how to go back. This might be in Germany. Yeah, they're showing the same one over again, but it's just incredible. I got some other old buildings from I don't know how to say her name here, but she shares a lot of crazy stuff. I enjoy it. Like this, abandoned, middle of the woods.
Yeah, wow. Look at
How,
that.
how could you ever let something like this get run down? How could someone not come and buy this up? How?
Wow.
Because it's
That's
not for
crazy
us.
looking.
It's not for our people.
Can you scroll in on that stuff at the top there? The way it looks really ornate around the yeah, look at how ornate that stuff is, guys.
Yeah,
Wow.
mini onion domes, incredible.
That's beautiful. And that one there near the weather all right, the one that's yeah, the one right next to that one, the little smaller one to the left, looks like a top of a stupa.
This is nuts. Middle of nowhere.
I'll buy that for $1.
Yeah, my God. Look at this, same building, right? Look right outside. There you go. There you go, Jen. That's nuts. How mad is that? Boom. All the ones we see, I don't think they've had these on top. I don't know where this would have been taken from. Maybe, honestly, maybe it was just placed right here because 1, 2, 3, 4. This thing in the middle. There's nothing here in the middle. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was taken from right here on top. I think it was removed. That's interesting. Wow. Is this even real? I don't know if this is a real picture. It looks crazy, but we're going to carry on. This is definitely real. Look at this. Out in the ocean. Swim to it. And how far down it goes. It's absolutely crazy. Spectacular.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
This is in a different language, but dirt roads, mud, women all in one type of clothing, the men all in suits, hats. Look
What?
at this. Is that this? Hold on. 'Cause I
Yeah,
just showed this.
I think it is. It looks like it might be that.
Well, how did it get out there? I just wondered how far down it goes. Clearly, it goes down much further. Wow, look at this guy. It's pricking
Wow.
off.
Yeah, it's one of those French Legionnaires standing around doing nothing.
Incredible. I'd imagine at this point it's not the white it was before, and I imagine the entire beach is the same color because it looks like it just came out on itself down here. Incredible. Look at this. Wide open to the roof. Look at these pillars. What do you even say? How do you make something up here? Like, what happened? Cannonballs? Yeah, cannonballs. Maybe a dragon, perhaps. Cyclops. Act of God. Who knows? Something happened. Wow. I'm just, you don't build anything like that. You don't now. You never would. Look at this. Look at those doorways, Jen. My
Oh my
goodness.
God, they're massive.
Wow. Wow. Look at the windows. Wow. This is incredible. Where is this? What is this? I don't know. Oh, look at right on top of her, though. Look at that. Wow. And where the bells play from, of course.
Now, see, to me, that looks like that dome had its gold taken off of it.
Yeah.
It does. It had something up there, and they took it off.
See, look at that. Little gritty-ish looking system. You got your cathodes on top and the bottom. Of course you do. We're right back to where we started. That was a good little run through there. We'll close that for now. Got a couple other things on here. Actually, this isn't too bad. This is inside the Giza pyramids for anyone who's ever seen this. Let me turn this down. Let me go to the front.
Yeah, because this is inside the pyramid. This?
I guess this is below it.
No way. I don't remember this.
It came up in my Facebook memories, I believe. I think maybe we may have just checked it out like briefly. But yeah, just everything just looks just completely just
Oh, okay.
fucked. Yeah, up a shaft. It doesn't even make sense. How do you build that? How do you build that in the years like before Christ? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, and how would they build one of those small shafts in the wall that go all the way sideways up into another and out of the pyramid or whatever? There's no way you could a perfectly square, small, like 10-inch shaft through the solid rock and stuff. It's just none of it makes sense.
no, it's just absolutely crazy.
That's a resonant frequency chamber right there.
I just wonder what they're really hiding inside of it, I really do. Could it take off? Is it just a component? Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, that thing looks melted.
Yeah, this looks devastated. Devastated. What do we got here? What is this? Few pictures of New York City, mid 1800s. Let's give them a shout. See what this is about. Beautiful buildings, brickwork along the canal. Whatever this was supposed to be, that's what it is now, the canal. But as you can see, this is an archway that got bricked off, maybe. Who knows? Look at this. Old Victorian buildings. This is beautiful.
Wow.
Domes back here. New York City, this is incredible. 1850s. Look, this is
Wow.
yeah. This was a cherry on top here. I was looking at this one the other night. Got the old obelisk out front.
Oh yeah.
Always. Look at this thing.
And this is in New York. This thing's still there? It's
No,
not there anymore. Because that iron building right there, it's shaped like an iron.
that's
They
there.
say. Yeah, right there. Wow.
Nuts.
And it looks like something from the World's Fair.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, 1850s. Just hanging out, Jen. Just hanging out. Look at these. How do you build anything like this? Anything this high? These windows. This. How do you build any of this 1850s? I don't understand. Who builds this 1850? You know. Like I thought the Roman shit was done like thousands of years ago. What's 1850 doing? You know.
And then you have somebody has to make all the glass for all these buildings and
Oh
stuff.
my God, ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Look at the 26 people we see. You know.
Oh yeah.
Incredible.
They were on quarantine.
Yeah. Still are.
Exactly. 100 years later, they still are.
This must be towards the end of the 1800s. You got your Chrysler building. Incredible. Oh, look at this brick building right in the foreground here.
Yeah, look at that. That's massive.
Yeah, it's terribly massive. None of this fits the narrative, people. And most of this burnt down, allegedly.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a shitty little light post. That's what I'm saying. 1850s. Where are these moonlights at?
Yeah,
I don't
where they
understand.
at?
I don't understand. There it is. What is this? Believe earliest photo, Broadway, blah, blah, blah. This is the earliest photo? This is believed to be the earliest pphoto. That's literally what it just said. Yeah, Jen, what happened? Oh, we're building. Really?
It looks built
Really?
already. Building is built.
It looks like something popped off. Yeah. What in the world is going on down here?
Yeah, that's crazy looking. Still, no street though. Still no street.
No.
You would have a street.
No people, no nothing. Wow. Mud. This is incredible. Look at this. I don't know if this is still there today, but good God.
Yeah, that's huge. Wow.
Because this is a perfect example. If you show someone this, wow, this is a beautiful building. Where's the front door? Well, actually, it's well down here. Incredible. Look how it's in tiers. You see you got your giant archways up here. It's like regularish, and your more archways down here. So who's to say when we see a building that's like this, there could be another, what's that, 8, 9 stories in between, 10 stories.
Right.
Incredible.
It is. Wow, look at that.
It must be Central Park or along the harbor, perhaps.
That's a crazy building.
It is. It is. Like, who's building that? How are you building
no
that?
People. I don't see any people anywhere.
Yeah. It's like these must have been like the China cities for 1850s.
Yeah.
Like, are those all like located together, or are they like distance apart, all those cities in China?
They're distances apart, but they're kind of all out in the middle of nowhere in China, though.
Yeah. Spooky.
Yeah, they're spooky as fuck.
Look at that. The railway.
Oh yeah, that looks like your two tower things there. Look, it's like an arc lamp.
Like, what do you need this for on the railways?
Oh yeah.
What do you need miniature synagogue domes looking like on the railway? What do you need that? Look at that, Jen. That's what I'm saying.
Total grid system.
Nope.
Yeah, I've shown New York at night this particular picture, and when we were doing the circuit board cities and stuff.
Yeah, you got these. I mean, you got your whole like green component to it there. It's mad. Absolutely mad. It looks like we're back at the beginning of this thread. That's a good little thread. I'm just gonna scroll up and actually, you know what? Let me go to my messages because I got a couple in here I want to show you. Check this out. No,
What?
that's not cool, man.
You in trouble again?
No, it's not available. Someone shared something. It was just devastation. I'll put
Oh,
it that way. But check this out. I don't. Is there a caption on any of this here? Oh, it's just extreme heat damage. Yes, I shared this, and I was like, next time I go live, Jen will probably appreciate this. Yeah, look at the wall along here. I mean, we'll
oh
get
yeah.
into the water in a minute, but like, wow.
Yeah, wow, look at that. See, guys, you wouldn't build a wall with your shit all janky and misshapen like that, and it would be all level and straight. It's just no bueno.
These guys look like they're like the first ones here. Like, what in the
Yeah,
world did we just walk into with these donkeys? You know, like what the
exactly. It's like, what's this place? What are we going to call this?
right? What are we gonna tell Sarge when we get back and it's destroyed, or like there's people here, or you know, like what are you expecting? Look at that.
Wow. That's some
They'll,
messed
they'll,
up
they'll
brick
just
right
call
there.
that a mound. You know,
Yeah, a little
looks like
pocket
this
of
is
survival, like on top of a dome or something.
yeah. This looks like it's kind of high up, looking down at a bunch of little shrubs. This
Yeah.
is probably they'll probably just call this, you know, the plateau or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
They'll say some people built that to store their grain in.
Oh my God.
Some stupid story like that.
Look at this. Digging out the mud, Jen. This is what I'm talking
Dude, this is what
about.
we're talking about. You wouldn't build all this shit without having roads already. Look at this. That's nuts.
Like, I'd understand a couple ends, you know, just for people to stay, your workers to stay real quick. If you're on the mud road and whatever, you start small. Maybe a little bank, one post office, you know, a little deli mart, local mart. That's on a dirt road. That's cool, you know, and then you build the city in the you know not where you are, and then you move into the city once it's built, you know, like that would make sense. You don't build pillared buildings with the triple archway arc system, you know, you don't build that, you know, you don't build buildings here that have, you know, smokestacks that go up like 400 feet. Doesn't
Yeah,
make
those
sense.
two black things are really weird looking.
What happened? Did a bomb go off? Were they dropping bombs in 1850, Jen? They didn't teach me that in the George Mason history book,
Yeah,
you
man,
know.
that's nuts. Everything looks like it's all damaged. It looks like these people
Damn
are
it.
just showing up trying to figure out how we're gonna. They cleared the road part out so they can get through.
There's six
But
people, you know. There's like these guys with the hats trying to figure it out, and there's a car down there, probably where they came from, you know. A couple other hats in the distance, but what in the world? Look at this. This has got to be a pyramid. You know
what?
what I'm saying?
Yeah, we have those around here. A couple of those that look like that with the trees growing up. It like
Mm,
wow.
incredible. Look at that.
No shortage of bricks.
These are bricks too.
Yep.
They're just really effed. Really. Look at that, Jen. Underneath. It's underneath the ground.
Yeah, it
It's underneath the ground.
It curtained over
Wow.
itself there. Wow.
Wow. This is a mud flood, people. This is probably what happened. You know, could have been just a wall of land coming at some point. You know, like that was what the cool off was or something.
What are these people doing? Are they in bathing suits?
It's like there's a beach possibly over here. Maybe this is like the local. You know, you go change and whatever in here.
Maybe.
Bathrooms.
It's
Yeah, look at
definitely.
these stairs.
Look
It's
at
a
how
bit.
giant they are.
Yeah, but it's big steps. Yeah.
Just walking up that.
I don't know. It looks like the top of a castle, but it's one story high. I don't know what to tell you. Bunch of dirt. That's what. Here's the rest of the castle. There it is. You know, goes out miles. Look at that. This is sort of what that tunnel looks like in my area. It looks like this, but imagine like trees and woods and wilderness all over it instead of nothing.
Right.
You know? It's what it looks like on the outside. I didn't know that. A friend of mine was just out one day, out that way, just driving, taking snaps, and was in the woods, just taking, you know, more snaps. I commented, I'm like, bro, I'm like, where are you? What is that? He told me what it was. I'm like, bro, I've been in there. I'm like, be careful. Oh, goodness. So this is nuts. You know, you don't build nothing like that. All interconnected for what? For what? Look at that.
Well, that's devastated.
Yeah, we'll call it a church. No big deal. Look at that. Wow.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy
Wow.
looking.
It's
See,
like
guys,
all,
if
you
it's
know what this looks like, since it's all white, I think this is just all of the motor just sponging out, and it cooled off right then and there, right when it was all sponging out. That's what it
right,
looks like, doesn't it? Yeah.
it could be that, or they could have had a plaster whitewash thing over it. It
I
could be
was thinking
something
that,
else.
or
I don't know.
facade. Yeah, it's A
Yeah,
or B. It's A or B.
for sure. But it's definitely had heat damage to it.
I just mean this looks like it's sticking out a little
Yeah,
bit more.
yeah. It
I
looks
don't
like
know. I
it
got an
looks like
edible in
that
me.
brick was under it. I think the brick was under the stuff.
It could, yeah. Well, actually, either way, it would have to be if it was oozing out. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's crazy.
Dangers of edibles. Look at this. The Pueblos or whoever, the Navajos. No one built that. This is just the roof of something that goes way under. And it's funny how a lot of their stories, talk about how the origin of their people, which they say didn't really go back 50,000 years like the narrative says, like, oh, the Native Americans been here 30,000 years. Like, oh, okay, well, the dude in the tribe was saying that it was just not like 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 generations back, not thousands and thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of years back. And he was saying that a lot of the origin stories for a lot of Native Americans, especially down south and whatever, um, a great flood was coming, and some sort of enlightened being, warrior, extra dimensional, dragon-headed looking dude came down, and they brought him into caverns, and they weathered the storm and came out, and this is what they were dealing with. That's what one dude was saying.
Right.
That's a video we gotta watch. We gotta get off of YouTube one of these nights and just do a watch party, because I mean, I like the guys who make this film, but it's really not worth like $24.99, if you know what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
what's it called again?
You
know what it's called?
Well, I'm thinking of two of them right now. The one I'm referencing right now is what is it? I can't even think. It's that Justin Fall one. I can't remember what it is. Hollow Earth something. Hollow Earth Chronicles. Something like that.
Okay.
Something like that. And he tells the story in there. Look at this. Devastated.
Wow.
If there was no windows, it would be like, oh, that's just the natural mound of Timbuktu, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, they remind me of the little windows we were seeing in Sodom and Gomorrah.
And so do these, actually. Look at this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Melted.
Spooky, What could something have done to have this be the outcome of their reality?
Right.
See, I see something like this, and then I see a giant one in the distance, and I'm
Exactly.
like, what is going on here?
Same thing. That
blows
if that was muffed up even more, that would be called a windbreaker.
Yeah, well, that too. Yeah, that. But like, whatever this is, like, was it tree? I don't know. Was it giant building that got hit with, God's lightning? I don't know, man. I don't know. But something happened out here in the southwest of America. Something crazy happened, and it's all red out there. What color are bricks, Jen?
Mm-hmm.
Bricks are red. So
they're red, baby.
Psh,
red motherfucking brick.
Crazy. And we're back at the beginning of that thread, but that was yeah. Thought you'd enjoy that. Check this out. I mean, it's sharing on Facebook, so we should be good here. But check this out. Let's enlarge this. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll just we'll go full screen. F it. F YouTube. This is from Captain America. I don't know which one, but just check it out. Or maybe it's not Captain America. It's one of those movies,
Mm-hmm.
YES. Yes. Shall we play a game? It's from a movie that was
I
very
know.
popular.
I saw.
Rogers, Stephen, born 1918. Romanov, Natalia Alyanovna, born 1984.
Some kind of recording.
I am not a recording, Fräulein. I may not be the man I was when the captain took me prisoner in 1945, but I am.
You know this thing?
Arnim Zola was a German scientist who worked for the Red Skull. He's been dead for years.
First correction, I am Swiss. Second, look around. I have never been more alive. In 1972, I received a terminal diagnosis. Science could not save my body. My mind, however, that was worth saving. On 200,000 feet of data banks. You are standing in my brain.
How did you get here?
Invited.
It's Operation Paperclip after World War II. Shield recruited German scientists with strategic value.
All I
There you go.
Hmm.
How you like those apples?
Project Paperclip.
Transhumanism, paperclip.
Yep,
There you go.
all in there. So that's kind of like what they were doing with Westworld. It was uploading their consciousness to the mainframe and then downloading it into their robot.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I may
Crazy.
not be the man I used to be, but I'm all intact in here.
Look at this. The old fasci.
Yeah.
One out of many. That. Why does Nancy Pelosi just say that like it's all good? You know, that bothers me. You know, not much of the political theater bothers me, but that bothers. That should bother everyone. Just
Yep.
saying. Just saying. But look at this fasci. That's what this little slide's about. Fasci. On the back of a coin, back of the dime. There's our man Abe, who probably was this tall, but whatever.
Yep, he's got the
He was
fascia.
big, so big he had two of them, you know?
It's one of many.
Just saying, right? Look at these. This guy looks like he's rather big, but who am I? These guys look like they're giants, you know? Look at the way they're built. These guys are brute, you know? Look at these.
Okay, so I'm just wondering if this is not actually an axe sticking out of it, but maybe some sort of a frequency megaphone thing.
Definitely. Oh, it could be, I mean, probably could be both. Who knows, man, you know? Maybe something that just shoots out and comes back, you know, like a boomerang.
That looks like an Oregon blaster.
What is this? NDP 19 element? I don't know what that means, but that looks awkwardly like a fasci.
Yep.
Damn. Was it, these all just blow out? That'd be so wild. That'd be so wild. That would make sense why everything is just blown to pieces, you know?
Mm-hmm.
There's your boy, you know, bam. Blowing cannons with, I don't know, you know, this it just blows your mind. And back to the beginning, just.
It's some type of a weapon, but it's not like what they want us to think it is. Like it's a bunch of sticks put together with an axe head in it. You know what I mean? No.
Yeah, it's the furthest thing from that.
Yeah, it's like it's technology.
Look at these. This is just one image here.
Wow.
Just castle tops in the UK.
That's amazing. That one there on the far left, I think I looked at that one before. It's got all kinds of crazy peaks up in that one area.
Yeah. Yeah, it's looking nuts. And it's just in the mountains, in the hills.
Just sticking out of the hill.
Look at this. This is the temple of, I don't know how to say that. You probably do.
Ramses?
There you go. How do I make this bigger? I don't want to watch while I'm browsing. There we go. Let's bring it back a little. Yeah. Just everything is just so massive, you know?
Yeah,
those guys are massive. They're just the narrative they force, it's just crazy. Because if you look right next to them, they're fighting like little people, like us.
Right.
They were building temples for them. Cool. Maybe that movie 300 wasn't too far off. Maybe that guy wasn't quite human. Maybe he was like a Phoenician or something. One of them.
Egypt was like a big Disneyland, and people went there and like say this is all just fantasy, leftover amusement park or something. Like when you go to like Disney World and they'll have things like old world or whatever, and you go in, you see all the old stuff. It's all fake. It's all made, like fake castles and fake. It's just, I don't know.
It could have been. Yeah, what is this? You probably know how to say that.
Ancient.
Uh-oh.
Queen Hatshepsut. Yeah.
There you go.
But this one's an interesting one. That's a melted building all around it for sure.
Yeah, look at it. We're driving up to it. See those caverns in the road there? Right here.
Yeah, I see it. Yep, there's definitely more going on here for sure.
Look at that. Over there, you can just see windows and doorways. Something, I don't know, man. I don't know everything. I don't know anything, but I know, like, this ain't right.
This ain't right. It's no bueno. Yeah, I always wanted to go like visit. Right. It's so modern looking. You know what I mean? It's so tight and neat and perfect. It's nothing that looks like anything that would be like ancient, like they tell us, like what we're supposed to believe. This particular thing really fascinated me.
It's so nuts. Yeah, let me just go in a little. Yeah, like look at it like on the approach right here. Like, oh my. Look how little he is compared to that. Look at it in here.
Yeah, those steps are pretty big too. Like they have for a bigger gait person, taking a wider stride.
Big old doorway. It's no big deal.
Look at the ground look muffed up in there.
Oh, everywhere.
Absolutely. So when you watch The Gods of Egypt, that movie, they're about as big as those statues and the people in our size.
Look at this.
Wow. It looks like a building that just melted over on itself.
Yeah, doesn't it? Isn't that crazy? Like vertical floors. Isn't that nuts? And it just like it's not like it fell and like shattered. It just fell and just glooped into the ground that was just as hot.
Yeah. And it looks just like the sedimentary layers, at least that's what they call them, sedimentary layers in Vesuvius and in the Grand Canyon. They're always the same. Now, some people could say, oh, this is just a broken piece of tree. It's the rings in the tree or something. I don't know. I don't think I'd have to look at the rest of the area around it. But those look like bricks to me. You could see the brick.
Look at this thing.
Yeah.
Sticking out. No big deal.
How would you have sedimentary layers that form like that? Come on. Look at this thing. What?
It's the same one. This is.
Yeah. Definitely. It's got the black drippy stuff too. So there's that.
Yeah, you want to see around it. Yeah, it's on the edge of a cliff. Yeah. On the side of the ocean in England, where I'm really speculative that the entire cliffside wasn't one building. But
exactly. And look at the floor. You can see how it came down. It must have fell there, and the rest of the floor is all melted at, like that side of the building's melted out. Now it's the ground. But you can see all the grooves.
It started conforming. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's nuts. That's crazy.
There it is. Look at it, Jen. Jesus Christ. Look at over here, Yeah,
it came down probably from up there if you look at it. You know what I mean? It looks like that piece would fit right back up in there. Yeah. So this was during the X Factor when it was melting and cooling down, and it probably fell apart and just landed there and melted out. That's brick for sure.
I think this happened like during the X Factor, and it just fell into the lava or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The mushy that was
melted down off,
and then the cooling event happened. Yeah. Yep. Or is that what you just said?
Kind of the same, yeah. During the X Factor and the cooling event, because I think when things cooled, they maybe cracked and stuff. Things crack when they cool.
This was probably like something like little statue head, whatever you would call your little things there, like a gargoyle or That's crazy. Wow,
that is nuts.
That's the beginning again. It is nuts. I want to go over a couple of these with you. This is Australia. Australia 18. I'm sorry. Let me get out of here real quick. Australia, which year? Doesn't really say. That's okay. But just come on.
Wow, look at that. Such beautiful buildings. Unbelievable. Just amazing. It's like they never got anything wrong. You know, nobody ever made any mistakes. They got it all right every time.
Like, so they're telling us they brought, prisoners here, Irish, whatever, UK prisoners, essentially. They came over here and they built all this stuff for people? I don't think so, man. Not in the time that they said that they did, and then people started showing up way too quick, and then they had a world fair down there, didn't they, or no?
Where at?
Australia. I mean, this
Oh
kind of
yeah, I
looks
think
like
they
it.
had one there.
Yeah, this kind of looks like it, actually.
That's
Look at
nuts.
this.
Where's all their arc lamps at?
Literally what I just said to myself in my head. Look at this.
Wow.
Absolutely mad. Same symbolism everywhere. The lion crest, the Rosicrucian crest. Look how small these people are. Plus, the T would clear it by 20 feet. Something else built this. My God, look at this. The column built into it. The column here. Look at how small the man is. He's the size of the window jet.
And the windows are in the ground.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, look at the road. The road looks fucked. Oh my. Australia, what have you guys got going on here?
They had skilled labored prisoners.
And a lot of them.
Because it's one thing to have an architect, but you need skilled labored builders. You can't just have any, fucking jackwagon off the side of the road and start helping you build your shit. They got to be skilled labor.
Look at this building. Look at this giant doorway. There's not even a door here. You just walk in.
Just walk in.
Fuck it. It's Australia. Fuck it.
Wow.
Yeah, look at this one over here.
Oh my goodness.
9 p.m. Starting to feel it. Oh man.
Well, at least there's a lot of people around.
Yeah,
anyway.
well, there's roads. When there's roads, there's people. When there's no roads, there's just these buildings and buildings and buildings and no people.
Yeah, once the road goes in, they forget about everything else. It's like, oh, wow, we don't even look at that. I mean, this stuff's been around us all this time, the ones that they haven't destroyed, and we didn't know it. We never really questioned it. It's there. It's from whenever.
Oh, my.
Even though it was like, a splinter in our mind kind of thing. It's like just ticking at you like, doesn't it not make sense? Look at this building. We don't build like this today.
No. Look at this.
Look at this.
Looks like a train,
Right? Yeah, it's too much. Wow. It's just perfect in its uniformity and its construction, the angular spaces in the thing and everything. It's the way they have the rounded corners, and I love that. It's just very inviting looking buildings, whereas the buildings we have today look very like you don't even want your energy in there.
Absolutely.
What we can look up too is brutalist architecture. I want to get into some brutalist architecture because that stuff's really crazy, because you have the Baroque architecture and then brutalist, and they said that these were made during like World War II and stuff. Brutal, Brutil or AL, brutal.
Oh, okay.
And then brutalist. Because there's some really interesting architectures of this brutalist stuff.
The geometrics.
All of it. It's just all very crazy looking.
We'll definitely have to do a whole show on this shit. Like, whether just they honestly, it just they're like metal versions of these old stone circuit board. You know what I'm saying? This is just not the upgrade, but 2.0. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're doing it with iron and clay this time. That's what they got to mesh in the end days. So it's got to be tech. It's got to look techy. It's got to, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
this is nuts. We'll definitely have to get a whole stream on this for sure, because we can go. I mean, what is going on here? There's your boy.
Isn't that crazy?
That's nuts. Look at this here. This is what is this? All Souls of Lagham Palace, London.
Huh.
Look at this. It goes up bricks. Yeah,
That thing probably lights up top.
looks like.
Wow.
Look at this. Still no
Kind of
people.
looks like the Parthenon without the dome.
A
You
little
know what I
bit.
mean? Kind of
Yeah.
looks like a little bit, but yeah, this is really strange. But again, they have the DJEG columns going around it, and then up the second tier, and then the conical thing going up. This is a key component on their grid for sure.
Yeah, something. Yeah, I don't know. This is nuts. But where's all the people? Where's all the people?
They're on lockdown. Oh, this is it today. They still have it. That's cool.
Yeah, look at it. That's as
Wow,
far up as we go, but yeah. Isn't that something else?
that's pretty
Incredible.
amazing.
You had some mass people sitting on a stoop. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Remember the whole mass Joe Biden thing? I was reminding people about that the other day.
Yeah.
On
And
a
also,
different stream, I'll cover that. But what were you saying? You said
we were
something.
talking about the masks and stuff, but I watched Game of Thrones, a part of it with my husband, and they had the many face God, and there was this girl kept pulling the faces off, and there was like more faces and more faces. And also in Game of Thrones, they show a melted castle, and they even say what can melt stone, and they're like dragon fire. But
I'm
there
just
are
saying,
many.
I've
They're
never
admitting
seen
that there's
that.
a melted castle there. You know what I mean?
It's funny. I've never seen that. A minute ago, or a couple, bunch of photos ago, I was like, well, what took out this roof? I'm like, maybe a dragon. Who knows? Well, there you go. Look at this photo, Jen.
Oh, nice. You got
What
an
is it?
obelisk just standing there. And then you have what they would call red sandstone, but clearly that's just melted brick around the building. Because I think all of these houses had these obelisks out front of them and stuff, or buildings, and regular homes too. And I think that's why we see so many in graveyards, because they put them there and slap Wilson on it,
Wow. I mean, I like that, the obelisk. I didn't even look at it like that. I was just thinking maybe the chimney survived of a building. But no, that
Oh,
makes
I don't know. It looks like an
no, that
obelisk to me.
I like that. Yeah, it does kind of go up, and it looks like it would come to a point like about 8, 9 more feet up. Wow, I didn't even I must have just been on my phone scrolling real quick when I saw it. But wow, I didn't even look at it like that. Good stuff.
Yeah,
Good
man,
stuff.
good stuff.
Look
I
at
love
this.
it when they're all like, oh, it's carved out of red sandstone. Give me a fucking break.
Real quick, where is this exactly? This is Moscow. Yeah, empty cities in Moscow. Oh, did it have a year? I gotta go back again. I'm sorry. No, it doesn't. Didn't have a year, but just more.
It's the year of no people.
Yeah. Well, like I always say, Napoleon, he came. Did his thing. He marched all the way to Moscow to fight, and there was no one.
No one home.
No. Mud flood, muddy roads, no people, no roads. A lot of things torn down. But look at this thing. Who are these people?
Right.
That's that's big.
So this is like a giant magnet
Essentially, yes,
on
yeah.
their food system. This is why we have these arches everywhere and stuff. We see them. They say, oh, they're just for war monuments and all this stuff. But they had a function.
And they had quite a couple.
Not just to sit there and look pretty and people to drive around, or ride through or whatever.
Look at this.
So I think if they had cars, their cars were also powered by this free energy, meaning they didn't have to plug their cars in and all this other stuff. Their cars would have most likely have had their own tech inside them, mini Tesla things and whatever, and they would have just went, especially down a road that had columns going all the way down it.
Look at this thing.
Wow.
Look at these people.
That's what I was saying, dude. These guns and stuff that you see in World War I and all, they look like they're for bigger people.
Obvious.
Who's lifting that cannonball?
Right, yo. Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
These are even questionable. Who's lifting those? But who's lifting these, man?
Yeah.
Who's getting it all the way up in here? Who's loading this? Who's firing this? Who's surviving the sound wave it's going to give off, you know? Oh, there's times on here. Dates, 1887. Wow.
Empty. Oh, there's a few people. But still, here's another example of a man-made canal river here.
Yes,
Look at that wall.
Oh, we'll look at this one too, but yeah, I didn't mean to hit it. I didn't mean to hit next, but still.
Yep.
Same thing. Same thing. Right on the side of a palace or whatever. Whatever. Jesus. Look at all this. When is this? Here? 1883. 1882. Look at this one. My gosh. How many people here? What is
That's
going
amazing.
on? Look at the roads.
Look at the cart and the horse right there.
It's all dirt. Yeah. Wow. Look at it all in the distance too then.
Wow.
Boom. Boom. Wow.
Huh.
Just another wall, and everyone lives on top of the wall. Wow.
Just another brick in the wall.
Is this 84? Big old monument. Look at this. This is nuts.
Yeah, I think there's a lot going on under Russia because that St. Basil's looks like it goes down further too.
Oh, it does. Look at this. This is a dam in Scotland.
Wow. Oh wow. Look at that, guys. Who's building that? Come on. And it's melting on the one side.
Right? Yeah. Like how and why is correct. And what's going on top? What are these lookouts for, you know?
Yeah.
Incredible. Some more juicy stuff up here. What is this? Castles. Does it not show me the picture? Oh, that stinks.
I think there's one in Virginia called the Vanderbilt Mansion. That's pretty big and crazy.
Vanderbilt Mansion?
Yeah, it's in Virginia, I think.
It's like a castle?
Yeah.
I think I know how to spell Vanderbilt. And is it DERBILT?
Something like that. Go get it.
Look at that. Which one is it?
I think it's maybe that first one.
This is Vanderbilt Mansion. All right, yeah, we'll check this one. Oh, you think it's the first one?
Yeah, I think it might be that one there. Yeah, I think that's the one. Look at that place, guys. Now it's like a tourist thing.
Of course, it's like
Dean, the Biltmore in Asheville. That's right, Dean. Biltmore in Asheville. We got to look that up too. That's another crazy one. Dean went to that one before, but this one's nuts too.
That's crazy. Look at the field too.
Yeah. I mean, that looks like something straight out of England or wherever.
Right, and this is in Vanderbilt. That's incredible. Right,
so it's called the Biltmore in Asheville.
BUILT or BILT?
BILTMORE, and then Asheville, which is, where'd you go, Dean? ASHEVILLE.
North or South Carolina?
It just says Asheville. I don't know. I think it's North Carolina, maybe. Biltmore. Yeah, there it is. No, is that the Vanderbilt again? No, that's the Biltmore. It looks like the Vanderbilt one.
Wow.
Is this the same one? I don't know, Dean. You let me know. It looks like the same one.
But the other one was blue and white.
I don't know. It's the same design, though. He said North Carolina for sure. And
That's what I hit. Yeah.
Biltmore.
That's fucked
So maybe
up.
the Vanderbilts owned it. The Vanderbilts owned this Biltmore is what it is. I'm sorry. I think that's the way it goes. But yeah, these.
Yeah, because that's effed up. Damn. What the fuck?
It's probably just the way they brought the color up on the photo or something. Yeah, Dean's been on tour at that place, and he said it's crazy, but he's got to go back there with new eyes and see it again.
Well, yeah.
And they won't let you video in there neither, he said, which would suck if I went there. I would have to be like sneaking.
Yeah. Check this out. This is New York. I don't know quite when. Actually,
What?
let me see here. Yeah, it just says New York. Must have been
Huh.
after a fire or an earthquake or the mud flood.
Oh, wow. Look at
After
that
the
tunnel
reset.
there.
Yeah, yo, it's popping.
It just looks so unorganized and messed up. There's no way they're constructing anything there, you know?
Oh, yeah, this is the rebuild. Something
Yeah.
happened. Look at this. Bunch of rubble.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Incredible. Look at this thing up close.
Oh, yeah. DJ column.
Front and center.
Oh, wow. See, he's on the ball. He's standing on those balls. That's just tech. Even though it's an angel, with his arrow or whatever it is, a person with their arrow, it's still the tech on top. You would have that spire up there on top of the balls, but instead they have that. So even though it's ornamental, it's still functional. And that thing probably lit up.
I was
Nice.
going to say, yeah, probably. Look at this, man.
Oh, yeah. It looks like kind of like a city hall kind of style that we have in Philly. Just a few people there, though. And here's some more people.
All the spires. Incredible. New York. Look at the bridge. The bricky bridge.
I think some of those the World's Fair where they were having the baby infant incubator things,
Yeah.
and they were all supposedly premature babies, and it was like, how is there like however many babies they had on display and sold and stuff, or people adopted them, but why were they all premature? And they all seem to be exactly the same size. I think they were test tube babies. I think that they were messing around with that shit back then, and that's how they made a lot of the population. Maybe
I could see that, or maybe it was something like they told the prior population that something's gonna happen. You're not gonna make it. If you guys want to have a chance of having a kid, you have to, you have to impregnate her by next Tuesday, or the window's shut, and then 7 months or 8.5 months, whatever the prematurity level actually was, and they said, hey, now it's time. They do their thing, and then maybe they put them in a test tube, or put them in some sort of gel, or some weird fucking technology we weren't taught about, and preserve them for X amount of time until the cities were rebuilt, and there's your there's your hundreds of thousands of kids hopping off trains.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere in the middle of Chicago. You know how far Chicago away is from like the sea? It's pretty far. It's ridiculous. Look at this thing.
Wow, look at this fucking building. Dude, that's nuts. Wow, that's massive. Wow. Look at that tech on top, too. That ball up there. Wow, I bet that thing lit up.
I was going to say, yeah, that thing
Nice and
probably
bright.
lit the night. That's nuts.
That looks like the building that Tesla was in, with that hotel building that he stayed in when he died.
Oh, yeah.
And supposedly he knew the building itself was a Tesla tower itself, with all the technology already there. And they're like, oh, he was fiddling around and playing with free energy at this hotel that he was staying at. But no, I think he was just turning it on at the hotel, because it looked like one of these buildings.
There's a pyramid on top of this one.
Oh, yeah.
That's nuts. New York.
And they put awnings on those windows. Each one had little awnings on it, like that one, too.
That's crazy.
Wow, look how tall everything is. It's incredible, that one. Wow.
That's what I'm saying. So far ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Going the wrong way. Look at this. Just a nature photo of France. It's like archway, Over here is probably another one, you know.
Yeah, this is what Jerry says, that he thinks that these are. And now, see, you scroll in, you can see the lines, you can see
Yeah,
the brick lines and stuff. And he says that these continents and coastlines were all part of the buildings themselves.
I think so. At least
Yeah.
up here, at least up there for the most part. Absolutely. Oops. Down the river. What else do we got? Oh yeah, these are nuts. The Maya. Did you see that? Where is
What?
it? Where is it? Yeah, Mexico. Maya.
Oh,
Guatemala.
it's not the Mayan, it's the Maya.
Yeah. Look at these.
Oh, yeah. Let's see, they'll tell you these are ancient ruins, but they're not. They're the same time period. This looks like a Giovanni Battista etching here.
Yeah.
With the trees growing out the top.
I'm saying. What came first, people? The bush or the building?
Yeah. Look at that, though. That's incredible.
Yeah, look at this. Look at all the devastation.
Yeah, they want you to think some primitive people in a jungle with grass skirts on and primitive tools built all this stuff.
Absolutely not. Same patterns. I see
They
the
didn't
same
even
building
have.
patterns in Washington, D.C. today. They didn't,
They want you to believe that people who did not even have horse and buggies built this. So not only do we have to believe that the horse and buggy people supposedly built all that crap, but that these people out in the jungle had no horse and buggy and they built this stuff.
Right.
What is this?
Just devastation.
Wow.
Isn't that nuts?
That's nuts. I never saw these pictures before.
Me neither. That's why I had to share them.
What's going on there? It started melting over and then it just stopped.
Yeah, I remember the rest of the buildings underground or the rest of the structure. Incredible. Look at this thing.
Oh my gosh. Look at that. That must have been when they first found it before they cleared it off and stuff?
Could have been, yeah.
Wow.
Fucking gnarly, right?
Now imagine that the people.
Well, you go.
Imagine the people after the reset, okay? Now, supposedly they're finding this a little later on, but they all went into all these different cities and towns and stuff, took pictures, saw what was still good, what wasn't buried, and what they could salvage. And then we supposedly go down to places like Peru and Mexico, and we're like, oh, archaeologists, look what they dug up and look what they found hidden in the jungle. But that stuff is from the same exact time period as the X Factor.
Absolutely.
It just never got scouted out or found or anything because there's a period of time where growth took place and people maybe the atmosphere was fucked up for a while even after and things had to clear up. So I think there's definitely a good 20 to maybe 50 years before people came out and really got to populate. Now you said 1812, 1811, and I think maybe that might be right.
I think that's when it happened. I think that's when,
but I'm thinking around 1822-ish is when they started their...
At least scouting,
Yeah.
At least scouting, in certain areas. And I was going to say, I don't know what exact monument it's supposed to be today or whatever. It's probably, they probably unearthed it to the best of their ability and whatever. But it just reminds me of those original pictures of D.C., the original... Lincoln Monument, like a couple of years before this dude was even supposed to be alive, sitting in the middle of a swamp. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it seemed like they were pretty high up to take that picture. How are you going to be that high up? Are you in the obelisk that wasn't built yet either? So,
right.
This just reminds me of that swampy picture of the D.C. monuments in the early 1800s. It was like 1820, 1830. Lincoln wasn't around till what? The fucking 60s. You know? What the hell?
Makes no sense.
No, look at all this,
Wow, it's so intricate.
And I see, like I said, I was saying before, I see like this pattern here all inside the buildings in DC, all inside the archways, up and down the inside of arches. They see that a lot too. Look at these popcorn bricks. Oh, nuts. Incredible. But yeah, that's out in the land of the Maya. Oh, you'd like that. Yeah, this is just more of those empty cities in Moscow. We covered that. I thought this was funny. People are like, oh, you may be old, but you're not this old. And I remember playing this game. You remember that? The little ring toss with the water. You ever get your kids that?
Let me see. Hang on a second. I just got up for a second. Let's see what you're talking
No,
about.
you're good. This little thing here with the water.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, the water rings. Thought that was funny. Yeah, this thing effed me up earlier. So crazy. Like it literally looks like that depiction.
Yeah.
So nuts. It goes
That's
into a
a really good.
spiral.
I'll have to see if I can get something like that, like catch the reflection of the sun and do that.
Look at these here. Some Star Ford action. Here, let me scroll back a little bit.
Starfords still freak me out, guys. They are a total Mandela effect for me. They were. I've looked at so much stuff over the years, never ever until the last few years have come across Starfords, and yet they're everywhere.
See, the ones that really F me up are like the ones like this that are like under the ground. It's like, what else is going on down there, bro?
Yeah, that one's in India, and it's the only one that India has, and it has no water around it. It might have had water around it at one time or somewhere near it. Most of them have water incorporated with them.
Look at that stuff. Incredible.
Yeah, that's the one right there. That last one that just showed up on the screen, that's the one that's in India on that hill. And it has that cross in the center, and there are steps that go down, and they say that leads to a well of some sort, but the well's all dried up now.
Oh, yeah, you love to see that. But all right, that's all I really got right now.
Yeah.
Do you got anything you got else you got or no?
No, I'm good right now. I think tomorrow I'll be back on my main channel, so I'm going to try to do something over there. I'm not sure what time yet or nothing, but my strike time 7 days is up, so tomorrow I'm going to put some stuff over there on that channel.
There you go, fresh out of jail.
Yeah.
Give him hell. Give him hell.
Try to stay out of jail for a little while anyway.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, that was a good show. Everyone in the chat, we appreciate you guys for hanging around. I think there was like 85, almost 90 at one point.
Yeah.
I just set this up real quick. I didn't expect the whole world to come, so
No,
maybe
it's
next
good.
time we'll give some warning. And I mean, yeah, I like doing little sporadic shows. You know, if you're part of the clique, you'll be here.
I love you guys.
Hell yeah, absolutely. Cheers all around. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Thanks for coming, Jen. Thanks for showing up on the little notice I gave you.
No problem.
Yeah, but yeah, that's all we really got, guys. We're gonna head on out of here. It's almost 9:30 here, so probably just gonna take it away. I thought I had a song lined up, but I think I closed the tab. That's okay. We'll just end it right here. But all right, guys, we'll see you later.
All right, thanks, Steve. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.